Hey, Team Greely, welcome back to the Rugged Professional Studio. I'm your host today, Jim Virgio, and I am beyond stoked. It's taken a while for us to nail this guy down, almost 2 years, but we have him. Special guest today, our very own Command Sergeant Major Holi Holi. Sergeant Major, welcome to the Rugged Professional Studio.
Thank you, Jim, and thanks for having me today.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. Let me get my glasses on here, make sure we're getting this right. We're excited to have you here today. There's a lot of soldiers and community members who see the rank, see the title, the responsibilities, but today we want to get to know the person behind the rank. We'll talk a little bit of Army, we'll talk a little bit of leadership, and hopefully maybe we'll even have a few laughs along the way. Let's talk about your roots, kind of how you got started. You enlisted in the Army, 1997. Man, that's a few years ago, huh? A while back, out of American Samoa. Let's start at the beginning. What inspired you to join the Army?
Well, thank you, Jim, for the question. I grew up in a community that's military influence, and then I go back into our American Samoa as a territory. I always want to tell people about our culture. I grew up in a service mentality. Right? You serve your family, you serve your church, you serve God, you serve your community. So that kind of bleeds into the military.
Absolutely.
As a young kid growing up. If you don't know, our first governor was a admiral, Navy Admiral, Benjamin Tilley. And then, I'm not sure if we are in the top 4 right now, but American Samoa for rate per capita for folks that joined the Army was at number 1. I think we're still number 1, just specific to the Army.
Right.
But that kind of tells you what community I grew up is very military oriented. On the flip side of that one, it's a small island. So back in the 90s, the opportunities were there, but they're very limited.
Sure.
So whether you, as a kid coming up in school, you get a scholarship to go to college. If you're good enough to play sports, that's your way. Or the military. The military was always there for us.
Sure.
We talked about it in school. But there's 2 things that kind of add fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
Just my personal experience. Was number 1 would be my brother joined before me. He joined 4 years earlier. Before
Army as well?
Army as well. So
Okay.
he joined and went to the 10th Mountain Division. He's out of the Army now, living a good life up in Michigan. And number 2 is I became a father at the age of 18.
Okay.
So that just adds to the where do I sign?
Sure.
Because now I realize the opportunity I need to have to be able to take care of my son and my family during that time. Because the construction works and working at the can factory after high school was okay. It provided what we needed, but I knew I need to have more opportunity, especially for my family. So
Sure.
those are some of the things that inspired me.
I love it. I know exactly what you're
Yes,
talking
sir.
about. I became a father at 19 years old, 21 years in the Air Force, so I completely understand where you're coming from.
Yes, sir.
You started your career as an infantryman, one of the toughest jobs in the Army. Looking back now, what did those early days and early years as a young soldier teach you that sticks with you today?
Oh, wow. It gets better.
Yeah.
It gets better, Jim. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I would say, as a young soldier, it was the spirit of competition. So when you take the oath to serve, you are competing from day one, all the way up to wherever you can progress your career. You're always competing. So I tell the soldiers all the time, like, you have to have that spirit of competition. When I was a young soldier, I wanted to be the best in the squad. I wanted to be the best in the platoon. No one can beat me, right? That was the mentality.
Right. Kind of like in basketball.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
But But doing that in that time, early in my career, my buddies, everyone else was competing. So in a way, it makes the unit better. It makes the organization better. It makes people around you better.
Sure.
You maintain that spirit of competitiveness because, I mean, let's be honest, once you join the Army, you're always competing all the way up to however position of leadership you can go far. So,
Awesome. You've served all over the world: Korea, Hawaii, Alaska, Texas, California, quite a few deployments. Out of those assignments, are there one or two moments that really shaped who you became as a leader?
you know, the Army provides us guides. It gives you guides of how to go about your career. It also shows you gates you have to reach. Um, those things, concepts and programs that helps the soldier progress. But two moments. Just trying to answer your question. Two moments that really was huge for me as being a leader. Right. Number one would be um, moving from staff sergeant to sergeant first class and taking a platoon, especially when you have a platoon of 45 infantrymen um, that's armed to the T.
Mm,
So that just sheer number changeover from squad to platoon was very challenging, but it was also rewarding because at the time I had really good NCOs that supported me at the time. But on the other side of that is a platoon is a maneuver element. So now you are your success as a platoon, accomplishing your mission, fulfilling your task, achieving your purposes, enables the big organization success.
hmm
Because now you're a maneuver element, you are dependent upon for the success of the brigade, maybe even division at the time. But just a sheer number of having 45 infantry, great Americans. The challenge was to not to push them forward. The challenge was to set conditions for them to do their job,
Sure.
and also to hold them back so they can maintain their harmony and balance in doing their job. So
Sure.
that was one. Number two is this job, being the Garrison Command Sergeant Major. Um, I've worked with civilians, Army professionals before, but I never would have thought that I'm directly impacting the workforce, their quality of life, their families. So decision and things that I do would impact them. So it was a big learning experience for me. But we have a great team here in Fort Greely.
We
Some of
do.
these folks been working in corporations for years. We have the experience. We have the institutional knowledge. So I'm grateful for that. I'm always thankful. It makes our job a little bit easier because of our workforce and our people that's been doing this, supporting this mission for a little bit, for a while now. So,
Awesome. That's a great answer.
yeah, thank you.
You've clearly had an incredible journey, but when you were a young soldier, did you ever imagine one day that you'd wear the rank of command sergeant major?
Oh, no. The easy answer is no.
Right.
But I was thinking about it, is the goal was to do 20 years, hopefully make it to the rank of first sergeant, because we have a roadmap that'll kind of helps you guide you through your career from day one in making it to the rank of sergeant major. But you're talking about foundational development, all those focus areas that the soldier has to go through. But I never thought I'll be in this position. But I'll tell you why. There were great leaders that were mentoring me, encouraging me to continue to support soldiers, to continue the job, keep doing good things. So it wasn't just my inspiration to serve. It was I owe it to those people along the way that
I love that.
supported me, and also, my family as well. So
Yeah, good one. Uh, one thing people say about you, and I know Commander says it about you all the time, is that you genuinely care about the soldiers. Where does that passion for mentoring come from, and taking care of the soldiers? Where's that come from? Is that going back to what you said before? Is that just come from uh, your background in Samoa? Um, is it just something that you're just passionate about, or because you were mentored as well and you were inspired by that?
No, thank you. Well, first, as leaders, uh, that's our obligation, our duties, uh, taking care of soldiers. But I would tell you, um, every soldier has a story. Uh, we as leaders, we have to understand that. We have to understand the roots. We have to understand that somewhere in America, there's a pastor praying for this soldier. Somewhere in America, in small towns or big cities, a family is praying for this soldier. Um, Even some soldiers that came from around the world that joined the service, right? There's always a support entity behind it from that soldier. So as leaders, I know that the soldier is not just a soldier. He or she brings the family with him.
Sure, he's a son, daughter,
Son and
right?
daughter is a son of somebody, daughter of somebody.
Sure.
Right? So that aspects of being a leader. I always consider, but I'm not saying that being a parent helps a little bit, because I am saying that being a parent helps a little bit.
Sure.
But we have so many great leaders that weren't parents. They did a lot more great things too, as well. But just for my experience, my personal, to answer your question, I think being a parent, because I look at my kids as well. I know that my son joining the Air Force, he's being supported, and we pray for his safety as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that aspects of the soldier we can never forget as leaders. They come from all over small towns and city of this country.
Sure.
But it's not about just them. So when they do something that would hinder their career, they're not impacting them. They're impacting themselves and the families, the support chains that they bring with them. So,
Sure.
just being a leader and considering those impacts on a soldier really helps make decisions. Yeah.
You've held leadership positions from team leader all the way to command sergeant major. What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about leadership in the Army?
Well, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm keep getting rapid fire at this point, but
Right.
I'm
We
with
haven't
you.
got to the lightning round yet.
I'm with
We're
you. I'm
getting
with you.
there.
Yes, sir. Well, um, I will say it this way. No matter what, how high you go in position, no matter how high of leadership position or authority you are, we deserve the same support as same as soldiers.
Sure.
I still ask for help. As leaders, we are afforded that support as well. So we have to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
We concern ourselves with soldiers, which is what we're supposed to be doing. But at the same time, we have to use the same service as a command sergeant major, as a sergeant major. We're all human, so we still have to ask for help.
Sure.
I'm not sure if it's a misconception, but I believe that all leaders understand this, that even if you're in leadership position, you still are afforded the support if you ask for help.
Sure. I mean, I used to work for a 4-star general, and he and I were talking one day, and he said, Jim, he says, what I do is no more important than what you do. We all just have a different piece of the pie. Mine's a little more visible than yours, but we all have an equal role in this. And I've always been really inspired by that. I just look back at who this leader was and the role that he had. And I really, at the
Absolutely.
time, I took that to heart, because he wasn't coming from a position of ego or,
No.
a power grab of any sort. He was a genuinely good leader who understood the value of each person in the organization. So I understand exactly what you're saying. You know, a lot of people focus on becoming a good leader, but that also means, this is really important to me too,
Mhm.
is that you have to be a good follower, right? You have to be a good follower to be a good leader. Why is learning to follow so important before leading others?
Well, other than what Jesus said to his first disciples, you
Yeah.
follow me, I'll make you fishers of men. But we can sit here and talk about being a follower. It'll take us weeks,
Right.
even months. We will continue to talk about it, but it is critical and it's important in this business, in this Army business. But I'll give you an example, just to, get to the root of it. Uh, as a leader, you will never feel the weight of a 60-pound rucksack at mile marker 27 if you weren't there. Um, I'm not saying, in a bad way. I'm just telling you.
Right. Yeah. Metaphorically.
You have
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
yes,
You have to
metaphorically,
be there.
you have to be there. You have to feel the impact because now every decision you make impacts the soldiers and their family. So that's kind of like a simple example I can come
Sure.
up with. You have to be there. You have to be present. But being a follower, of course, is critical. I mean, we can talk about learning. We can talk about lessons learned. We can talk about experiences, things that builds up, that only enhance the leader's ability.
Right.
But at the end of the day, most important thing, you have to be there. You have to understand the impacts that your decision, you're doing, would impact the mission and the soldiers and their families.
Yeah. For any young soldiers watching this, what are some of the traits that you look for in soldiers who are going to be successful, not just in rank, but as teammates and professionals? Like, you look at a guy and say, "Wow, that guy's he's going to go places, or she's going to really do things with her career." What are you looking for?
Well, the Army codified leadership, for example, leadership values, be, know, do. But just be a good person. As a soldier, just be a good person, have good character. That's number one. Number two is you have to remember who brought you here. Have the compassion to thank those people.
Absolutely.
You have to remember you go up in the ranks, you do a good job, did a real good. You hit all your gates and you progress. Do all the right things the Army tell you, but you still have to remember who brought you
Yeah,
here. Who
you
got
didn't
you.
do it alone.
You didn't do it alone.
Right.
So
Right.
you as a soldier, you always have to remember that. Always give thanks to people that brought you here. But at the end of the day, the job always comes first. Now, we can discuss, family or whatever, put them in priorities of
Mhm.
but my encouragement to soldier, the job always comes first. The job allows you to enjoy your weekend. The job allows you the privilege to go on a 4-day weekend. The job allows you to take care of your family, to
Mhm.
put food on the table. So if you are doing a good job, making sure that you take care of what you're supposed to be doing, that would allow you to do everything else.
It all just falls into
Specifically, I'm
place.
just talking
Yeah,
about
it
the
falls
Army,
into
right? I mean, in
place.
reality,
Yep.
we can talk which one comes first, but as a soldier, you have to put the job first. That would allow you to do the things here. Now, if there's opportunity outside of the military, sure, that's. But while you're in the military, you have to do a good job in order to progress and do all the things that you deserve.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great lesson for anybody, no
Yeah.
matter if you're in the military or not, right?
Absolutely.
Just show up and do the best you can.
Absolutely.
It's a great message, and this kind of goes back to a little bit of what you were talking about. Uh, Even for me, there's people in my career where I can look back and say, "Oh, I remember this guy," or "I remember
Absolutely. Yes,
what
sir.
this guy said." Every great leader can usually point to somebody who invested in them along the way. Were there mentors in your career who had a major impact on you?
Well, Throughout my career, we had a lot of people that I look up to. You have senior command sergeant majors. You have mentorship that help me in my career. But well, first, I always credit my family,
Absolutely.
my wife especially. From day one, the support was never wavered, and my kids as well. But there's certain individuals that, as progress in my career, this guy, he was mean. He didn't have no sympathy for weakness, but he had a soft side. He cared about family, so he took care of us. His name was Jimmy Wayne Cobbler from West Virginia. So I wish I could have one more chance to shake his hand and tell him to thank him for pushing us at a very young stage, beginning of my career. He was the one who pushed us. He was the one that pushed us to progress, push us to be leaders, push us to be tough and fair at the same time. So he had a major impact on my career.
Right.
At that very, as a junior enlisted, you don't know how this is gonna go.
Sure.
But he led the way and showed us how to be successful. So I owe it to him.
I love that. Do you find yourself now trying to pass along some of those same lessons to the next generations of soldiers? Like when you are out with soldiers, do you think back to this NCO that was early in your career? Say, hey, I remember what he said. Let me pass that along. But maybe
Of
in
course.
your own way.
Yeah.
Right.
No, absolutely.
Those lessons that
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
felt value in.
Mhm.
Do you like to share those with the soldiers?
Yeah, of course. That's one of the things I'm thankful for. I'm still able to provide mentorship and encouragement to the soldiers. They, especially here in Fort Greely, they give us feedback all the time, saying that they really appreciate the barracks that they live in. It's really spatial. It's more like home to them, and we're grateful for it.
Hmm.
One of the things throughout the career that people run into me in the PX, previously I was a ranger instructor, so people will be, hey, I remember you. You're the one who made us run up and down the hill 20 times in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, I mean, that's just business. We can
Right.
have a couple beers later,
Right.
but it was all business. But they acknowledge things that us as leaders do for them to help them through the courses and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm thankful for that. I get it all the time.
Yeah, I love that. Reaching the rank of E9 is something very few people accomplish. It takes years of consistency, sacrifice, and commitment. In your opinion, what separates soldiers who simply stay in the Army from those who truly excel?
The Army, we have a roadmap. It kind of keep you at azimuth.
Right.
It can tailor to different specialty, MOSs. But what it comes down to is you have to have the understanding that you will be uncomfortable. You will be challenged. You will be critiqued. And it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Once you have that awareness that comes with being a leader, I think that helps a little.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And the bottom line is you just have to love your job. You just have to love what you do. And I really love what I do here, especially when we have a team like Fort Greely and the people around us that really supports our mission.
Yeah, makes it easy.
It makes it easier.
Yeah.
That's really important to me. But you have to, as a leader, you have to have that understanding of, hey, you sign up for this. You are going to get uncomfortable most of the time, but you're aware of it. On the other hand, as a leader, you have to acknowledge yourself, right? You have to say that, I might be down today, might be some challenging today on on a Thursday.
Mm.
But we did a lot of good things last week and or the month before, or even a couple of years ago, right? You have
Mhm.
to acknowledge some of the great and good things that you've done as a leader.
Mm.
That balance there can really help, makes a difference. So
So over a career that spans nearly 3 decades, I'm sure there were tough days, right? That's just like what you're talking about. What were the things, or how did you find ways to find motivations in those tough times?
man, are we gonna slow down, or are you just
No,
gonna
they're coming.
we
I
move
got like 6
from
pages here.
we move from cyclic rate of fire to like rapid rate of fire? I mean, okay,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Right.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jim. I think it comes down to the Army has ways to help the soldier. But for me personally, the soldier has resources. We can do all those things. We can talk about those leaders providing the opportunity. But for me personally, I have great faith in God. That really is my upbringing as well. But I have a great faith in God, and I trust in God for His protection
Mm.
and guidance in my career. Um, Another thing is, I know that I am supported from my family, not just my immediate family or my wife and my kids, because I owe it to them, but also my siblings and my extended family. To add to that, I have peers, I have friends that are also sergeant majors and CSM. We talk all the time on WhatsApp, and they
Yeah.
tell me what's going on in JBLM. They tell me what's going on in Schofield or even the 82nd.
Sure.
Because we knew each other but those things, those people, really add to the support system that I use all the time. So
I mean, it's so important. Like,
yeah,
family is really important. Of course, God is important. Family. And I think, looking back over all the changes of command I've been to, changes of responsibility, I'm here to
yes,
tell the Fort Greely population, if you weren't there, the Sergeant Major's family took over at his change of responsibility. I mean, you must have had, what, 200 or 300 family members there. It was absolutely amazing, and I loved seeing that.
absolutely.
Um, you've completed Ranger School, Airborne School, Air Assault School, and served in some demanding operational environments. Uh, what role does discipline play in long-term success? We're going to get to some easy ones, I promise.
That's a tough one, but no, I'm good for it.
Yep.
Appreciate the question. I put it in simple ways, in the simplest way I can. Discipline is a common denominator for everything we do. Um, it allows us to be successful in all of Army business, whether it be programs or operation. It allows us to be successful, and we talk about it all the time. But to just to help the conversation, I'll give you an example. Discipline sometimes is about control. As a young soldier, because we were talking about soldiers and their careers. As a young soldier, I knew that one thing I can control was physical fitness. I knew that. So I made it a goal to be in the best shape of my life. Because doing PT in the morning is supposed to be fun. Those are fun. But living a lifestyle, that's something I could control in my physical ability to join the Army. So for the young soldiers, for the young service member, that was just an example of how control can help. To just tie it back to discipline. I knew that I can be very, my leadership would not have to worry about me
Mm.
For physical fitness, to be ready. And it all ties back to being a ready soldier
Mm-hmm.
Overall.
It's awesome. If a young soldier walked up to you tomorrow and asked, "Hey, CSM, what's the secret to making it in the Army? What's the secret? I mean,
Yeah.
we're 30 years in. You must know some
That's a long
secret,
time. That's a long time.
right?"
I don't remember, but yes.
Yeah.
No, thank you. First, you as a young soldier, I tell the soldiers all the time, you have to invest in yourself. Literally, you have to invest in yourself. If your tennis shoes are a year old, buy the best shoe that's out there in the market. Buy the best pair of socks.
Socks are
I'm
important.
just using that for an example,
Yeah,
but you
absolutely.
have to invest in yourself. Make an appointment. Go see the doctor, the foot doctors, and they can figure out. The expert can figure out what shoe fits you better, what shoe that help you in your daily activities, right? Your daily work. But you have to really invest in yourself. If you're taking college classes, buy the best computer that's out there, and best platform, the system that would help you, work on your college classes, stuff like that. You're investing into yourself. I mean, literally, you have to like help yourself out because nobody will. They will encourage you, they will tell you, but at the end of the day, you have to look out for yourself. So that's one. Number two is just master the basics. Master the basic of being a soldier, right? Show up at the right place, right time, in the right uniform. Just master the fundamentals. You do that right, you're already on your way in a good career. So, and then I would, I go back to the previous conversation, the previous question that we have. You always have to like remember the people that get you there. Remember the folks that help you. Always be grateful for those folks. So
Absolutely.
those are just a couple things that I would always encourage a soldier to do.
Awesome.
Mhm.
All right, CSM, we've covered some serious stuff. Now we're going to lighten it up a little bit. I promised you. So here we go. You've served all over the world. Where's the best food?
Okay. So I mean, I'm probably going to get roasted for this. But,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. So, number one is for Greely. We have the best defense.
You're right.
No, I'm not.
We're going to have a conversation
I'm
after
not playing
this.
with you, Jim.
All right.
I'm telling you. I've been around so many defect, right? So
Right.
many places. But I'm telling you, the people that works at our defect, our dining facility, they put the spice of love in there. They bring their own, spices with them.
Right.
Not literally bring their spices, but they have
Right.
that.
Their
feeling of-
energy, their
They're
passion.
adding the love in the food.
Right.
And it's so good. So that's number one. That's the God honest truth. You can write that down.
I mean, the commander says it all the time that we have the best DFAC in the Army.
Oh yeah, I mean you
So-
have to experience it. So if you're wondering, then come. Number two, just because I like barbecue, and it's everywhere, I would say Fort Bliss. There's barbecue everywhere, especially what's that place down the road?
Oh,
The Cattleman's House.
Yep.
Their ribs, their beef ribs are amazing. So, no, there you go.
Okay, there you go. Who's tougher, infantry soldiers or Army spouses?
You're really trying to get me.
Now you will get roasted.
No, thank you. Well, it's not a secret that our infantry soldiers are amongst the best in the world. You prove it through time and through our previous campaigns and wars and conflicts. That's not a secret. It's always there. And but I really would like to go home today, so I will. At this point, I'll give it to the spouses.
To the spouses,
because not because I want to go home today, but they are the foundation that supports the soldier. They're the reason why we have them in our ADPs. We have them in the sustainment roles. We acknowledge them in our ADP 4-0. We acknowledge them in the 600 AR 600-20 family readiness. So we have them in our books, and we as an Army, we understand that they are a critical part of this job. So I got to give it to the spouses because they're the ones that continues to do the maintenance on the foundation of families and
so you
those
can
areas.
so you can focus on your job.
So I can focus
it's
on my
so
job.
so important.
Absolutely.
What's something people would be surprised to learn about
Command Sergeant Major Holi?
The nothing really special, but I would say, for the sake of your question,
Yeah.
I would say that I grew up in an island. The temperature is warm. It rains a lot, but it's still warm. The kind of rain you want to go outside and play in. But for some reason, I really do enjoy the dark, extreme winter temperature. I'm not sure what it is, but I
Right.
really enjoy it. Maybe it brings a little bit of peace at night, or the aurora competition that we have here in Fort Greely
Right.
and throughout the interior of Alaska. I mean, it's so beautiful.
Yep.
And I love seeing people sharing their photos and stuff like that.
For sure.
Maybe it's that, but for some reason, I really do like the extreme cold.
It's funny because that leads into my next question. It's like, and I know you and I have brushed on this a little bit. Is it harder for you being in Alaska to deal with the darkness in the winter or the sun just blazing for 22 hours in the summer?
Well, that's kind of a loaded question because
Yeah.
now in my mind, I'm immediately going to our infrastructure,
Right.
trying to maintain our facilities and stuff like that, which is a team does a real good job in the winter. But to answer your question, I would say the most difficult part is the daylight,
Me too.
because it can disrupt your sleep patterns.
Mm.
But there's things you can do to combat that. But the winter is fine. It's the daylight hours and the constant daylight that would disrupt some people's resting periods. I would say.
I feel you. Okay, so here we go. We've been talking about this. We've been talking about this for days. I've never shared any of these with you. We're getting ready to go into the lightning round.
No.
All right. So I'm going to throw a few of these at you, and you just give me your best answer. There's no wrong answer. Okay. All right. Let me get my paper ready here because I don't want to miss any. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Tent camping or cabin?
Cabin.
All right. Fishing or hunting?
Can I say both?
You can.
Both.
All right. Good. Salmon or halibut?
Definitely halibut.
Me too. Basketball or volleyball?
Definitely basketball.
Mountains or the beach?
Mountains.
Brisket or short ribs?
Where's the short rib from?
Enlos.
Short rib.
Yeah, me too. Pizza or burger?
Burger.
Bacon or sausage?
Bacon.
Me too. Infantry or air defense?
Oh man, you're gonna get me in trouble, but both.
Okay. Soda or water?
I like a little soda here and there, but definitely water.
Marshall or Clark? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. We don't have to
come
answer
on,
that
man.
one.
Come on.
I'm just kidding. CSM, before we wrap up, what message would you like to leave with the soldiers, families, and the civilians that we are privileged to serve with here at Fort Greely?
No, a thank you will not. Sometimes it won't. It won't suffice. But that's all I have. It's just the gratefulness of our community. So I just want to thank them for what they do to support our mission. I mean, that you'll never know who you run into. We have people that worked in big money corporation, but they decided to come here to support this mission because they want to be here. We have soldiers that are that came on rotation and decided to come back because they see the opportunities that we have here. So I mean, even our workforce, just the gratefulness of what they do. I want to thank them every day. I wish I had more words to thank them for what they do and for the Army and our mission. So just appreciation for what they do.
I love that. CSM, thanks for taking the time to join
thank
us
you.
today. I know it's been a little while. We've tried to iron this interview, nail this interview down for quite a while. So I'm very grateful. And I hope that, people walk away for a real appreciation for who you are as a leader. I just feel extremely blessed because I get to work with you every day, and I see that
Thank you, Jim.
firsthand.
Me too.
It's a I think Fort Greely is a very lucky community because you're the command sergeant major. I mean, we're all blessed because we're at Fort Greely.
We have a great team.
We have a great team, but you know, a big part of that is due to your leadership. And I think because, like you said, at mile marker 27, you were there, and you were carrying that ruck, and people see that and people respect it. I know I do, and I'm pretty sure I speak for the rest of the population. Team, thank you for joining us today in the Rugged Professional Studio. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget, smash that bell. That'll let you know when our next video comes out. But most importantly, stay rugged.